So people just need to be reasonable. But overall, the community in this game has been extremely awesome. Oh wow, weakness. Yeah. Exactly, like the Saudi people, Vingard, as you say, it has been surprisingly low. Like I met so many kind people in this game. Like my friend list is full of people that I played with and I had a good experience and we added each other. Some people even ended up in the guild, like Spidas. We did a few dungeons together. Alright, so first of all, monsters in dungeons, they are a lot harder than monsters outside of dungeons. So we basically have tank, healer, and 3 DPSs, the basic group combination. I'm playing as a healer, so all those green numbers you see is me healing my teammates. But I also have this side weapon that I can not only crowd control the monsters a little bit, but also do some extra damage. And if I'm in danger, I'm a popsicle! You know, it's super cool. And as I auto-attack, I can also heal my teammates. No, not me. I'm not toxic. You're toxic. That's toxic. So how do my healing work? So whenever I auto-attack, either hitting a monster or missing the monster, in the area, you see this little circle on the floor? People are healed. I can create a little bubble of healing around people, and as long as they can stay inside, they will be healed. Like I'll create one here on Legion. You see this green bubble? If I want to heal myself, I just do this. Usually there is a few archers on me, and my teammates will hopefully take good care of me. No, they're not. Oh my god, that's a spear guy. I just need to try my best to stay alive while I keep them alive. You know, typical healer stuff. Toxic Avenger. Nice ass. But overall, everyone is doing well. Let me show you what's going on. So, you see those rooms on the floor? You see over there? We need to match the symbol over there with the runes on the floor. But whenever somebody steps on the runes, monsters spawn. And we need to do the same thing for that door over there. So that's what's going on right now. So I'm avoiding to step on the runes because I don't want to accidentally spawn more monsters and make our life a little bit harder. Hey, I'm not toxic at all. I'm always nice to people. Even when people are being toxic to me, I usually don't respond. I just leave the group. Okay, more monster. So this is another bubble that I have. It gives a little bit less of healing. So whenever people... my skill that you guys see Q is my strongest healing. I try to use it when people have less than 50% health. Like... Oh god, Beholder right now. Because it gives a lot of healing, and if other players are also with lower health within close range of the person I just healed, they also get healed as well. So it's a very powerful single target heal that can possibly heal other people. So now this is the last rune here. Actual heal bot. Well, my character is a very squishy healer. So right now I'm using no constitution and I'm with almost 400 focus. And I'm also without food, but that's okay. Once we get to the boss, things can get a little bit more complicated for me. I will need to swap my gear to have some more constitution. because especially in the end game and in dungeons, there is some bosses that target me as the healer, just to make my life even harder. I'm just standing with the group so they can kill this, and I also stand in my healing. How do you mean actual heal bot? What does that mean? But yeah. Now we just need one more rune in this door. Well, two more actually. And then this door should open after we do this mini event. Let me actually swap. Help with this. It's not like they need all this healing. I can also do a little bit more damage if I want, but since, for the sake of simplicity, since I'm explaining the dungeon and try to kill my teammates, to keep my teammates alive, not kill them, I would just stick to healing. Oh, I see. That's cool. Yeah. So, my healing gear is quite good, and it's quite easy to heal. But wait until you see the first boss. So what this dungeon taught me is that having high heal is not only a thing, because if you're dead you can't heal anyone. So I started carrying some gear that gives me constitution. I actually need to get more gear that gives me constitution. I only have 2 parts, and I would like to have a full gear that's full constitution, because for some fights it's definitely very important that I stay alive above all, because if I don't, I die. And usually in a dungeon fight, your character, when your HP reaches 0, you go down and a teammate can get you, but the second time that your HP hits 0, you're dead forever. So only if the entire group dies to the boss and wipes, you can come back. So it's very important that I stay alive, because they can't resurrect me after that once time down. So you see those guys, this guy Dolo's fire resistance, that is an elite monster, just like a mini boss in the dungeon. Oh my goodness. There is an archer. I hope my teammates come save me. Yeah, Spy-Dice is awesome. He always saves me whenever I'm in trouble. He's the first one to go. I appreciate that. Not that the others aren't. Oh my god. So targeting healing in this game is kind of a pain in the ass. So the way I target is by scrolling my mouse wheel. But you see, I'm going down, and you see how sometimes it doesn't go in order? It kind of repeats some people. It's a pain in the ass. I really wish I could press hotkeys or something like this, so I could target people directly instead of have to wait and target the right person and hope my mouse wheel, doesn't fuck up. And sometimes under stress, you're also more likely to... Wait. You're also more likely to screw it up and, scroll your mouse wheel too far. It's a horrible targeting system. It's horrible. Hi, Zenon. How are you doing? Yeah, it's very obnoxious. I don't know who thought it was a good idea. Yeah, let's just make the healer target people by scrolling their mouse wheel. I really wish I could press something like the F keys or something to target specific party members, but no, not an option. No, Sir Derpsworth. This game doesn't go with add-ons or anything like this. It's, like I said, it's different from the normal RPG. So this game is not... what I really like about this MMO, it's because it's not a UI battle. You need to actively look at the screen and look at the bosses, see your teammates, position yourself well, dodge attacks that are coming at you. So So just looking at your UI and cooldowns will not help you at all. Sometimes it's also a little bit annoying that I have to look at the health of my teammates here, and I also need to always keep an eye at the boss, because since the health of my teammates is so small on top of their heads, sometimes I have to look to the side and I miss that the boss is throwing an attack at me. So ideally, I should be able to just see my friend's health just there. Yeah, CM Druid is definitely an afterthought that they screw down is a thing. I really hope they end up changing that within the next updates. I'm pretty sure they will, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that finds that extremely stupid. So what happened here is we cleared the way, that's the boss. And the boss was like, ew, you stinky assholes, I only fight clean people. And then she's telling us to go across here and go to the bathhouse and clean ourselves, and only then she will want to fight us. This boss is honestly, excuse me the term, but she's a bitch. A germ freak bitch. So we are going back now. That guy that's sitting right there, this guy, I think he's definitely bugged. He does way more damage than any other enemy in the game does. And it's very obnoxious. Like, he has one AoE that literally one-shots people. You see, Spy Daz went down with no chance to fight. So, if his attacks hit you, you're basically doomed. You see that purple attack he just did? That's the one. Oh my god. And the little guys are on me. And now I have cooldowns. I need Junker is the tank. I kinda need to heal him. I do have a shit ton of monsters on me, but you know what? As long as I'm not too close to the boss. Beholder probably got hit by that AoE. Like, this monster is definitely bugged. There's an exact same mini boss later on this dungeon, and he does a lot less damage than this guy. Look, he took 80% of the tank's health with one attack. And everyone that's not a tank that's around that attack goes down. They just have no chance. But... oh god. Hello? I know they're busy fighting and all, but like, the healer is kind of like in panic for health here. Like, there's too many monsters near me that I can't. Okay, this is fine. Whew. Oh, I'm running out of... okay, he's almost dead. This guy is one of the hardest things. Okay, GG, have fun. Oh god, I almost went on his thing. Alright, did he drop anything for me? It's hard to see, I don't think so. If you don't pick the loot off the floor, it disappears after 3 minutes. I actually did the test. Greed. Alright, so here we're just clearing those guys that were in the... you know, when you spend too much time in the bathtub and your fingers get all wrinkly? So these guys spent so long in the bathtub, then became skeletons. And here... oh my god. Of course there is an archer somewhere hitting me. So here we have to purify ourselves. I'm cleansed. And guess what? There's more stupid skeletons that spawn. This boss that asked us to come here and clean, she's the hardest boss inside the dungeon. There are some bosses that are arena bosses. There are also 5-person bosses, but outside the dungeons. There are some of them that I believe they are harder. but I've only seen one of these bosses. And my character got glitched, so I'm avoiding to do that content until they actually fix it. I can explain the glitch I had later. But basically, when your character goes down, in a down state, somebody can help you, and if nobody helps you, you will eventually die, or you can give up on life and just die. In those boss fights, your down state gets replaced with something called immobilized. And instead of being able to bleed out, so if nobody helps you after a certain amount of time you die, or being able to give up and die, you can't do anything. So if you're in a down state, you have to wait until somebody comes rescues you. During the boss fight, that's excellent. However, my character got glitched in a way that I kept with this unique down state outside of the arena. And I died in open world, I drowned in a river, nobody could resurrect me in the river without drowning themselves, so I couldn't even play the game anymore. I just was down under the river forever. So I contacted support. They told me to delete my character. I was like, what? So they deleted my character, but in any case, they couldn't fix the bug. So the only thing that fixed my bug was me entering another one of those arena fights with those super hard bosses and by myself and dying by myself, and I could finally die again. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Gracio. Maybe I'll craft this for the dungeon. Alright, so before we start, this is the boss. You see those little platforms? There's 4 of them around the arena. Oh wait, I need to change my armor. I would definitely need to survive here. Okay, so those 4 platforms, they will have an orb. And as soon as that orb appears, I need to interact with them quick as possible. You see, she throws a spear at me. So she even though I'm far from the boss, she still tries to target me. And that spear not only knocks me back, but also almost kills me. If you're full healing, like I was, you see that orb needs to go down. Each second it's up, the boss does more damage. And not only that, the person that actually interacted with the orb and pushed the orb down, that person will actually take more damage from the boss. I think 30% more damage from the boss for the next 5 minutes. So if only one person keeps doing those orbs over and over again, it actually means that that person is very likely to die, because even the very simple basic attacks from the boss will do a lot more damage to that person. So it's very important that the entire party participates and do those orbs. So she threw the spear at me again. And also, when you do the orb, as you guys noticed, she crawled on that orb and stood on it. Okay, dodge that again. Yeah, Vanguard, there was a bug. Really, really scary bug. Okay, there was another orb behind me. You see, here, I got Arcane Rend for 5 minutes. What it does, if I quickly mouse over... Oh, 20% increased... I take 20% increased Arcane damage. And it stacks. So, if I keep doing the orb, you guys see that that buff will have like 2, then 3. So, it's good that people divide that. Or people will just start dying to the boss. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear the game well. I will pause the music just so you guys can hear. The most important mechanic of this boss is what she would do now. She might do an orb first. I didn't see any. Oh yeah, here. After this orb, she will crawl here. Let me hear the tank. She will crawl right here. Look at her. She will stand on her tail. Did you hear that chime? Everyone needs to go back inside the boss and then run out. So you see this blue AoE? If you stand on it, you will die 1 hit. And if you all don't go inside the boss, this giant blue circle will be under each one of us. And then there will be blue circles around the entire arena. So it's very important that everyone hugs the boss when you hear the little bell. And then you run out. What is she doing? Alright. Nothing too bad. Just keeping my teammates alive. Oh no. The tank went down? Oh shit, I didn't see his health going down. You see that orb? Spaz will get it. Whoa! She just one-shot him. Okay, now she will do the attack again. You hear the bell? And then run out. And another very important thing, you see how she's spinning her stuff like that? She created those orbs. If you stand in them, those orbs will immobilize you. You see that wave? That wave is basically a one-shot. So you also need to always remember to dodge that wave. She will always cast after the bomb. Sometimes she casts 2, like she just did. Don't get hit by that. It will kill you. Another one, she'll 3 waves. She's being very generous. I need to come in again. Now outside. I need... as a healer, you should never stand behind the tank, because the boss can definitely cleave the heck out of you if you do. Let me also heal my teammates that got cleave. So she's doing the little bell again. Now I just ran outside. I dodge this wave. Dodging forward is your best option. You cannot block that wave. Let me heal spiders. Okay, now she's ting. You hear the little ting. Then you go out. Now she can throw that annoying wave at any time. Oh, she casted a spell on me. Oh god, I panic. Oh god. You know, luck. I don't know what happened. I would just take it. Oh, I should have definitely gone down there, but I didn't. But that's all good. She has a lot of health. This group actually has very good damage, and I know she's taking a while to die. But yes, this group has quite good damage, and still she does take a while to die. So the chime again, and hop away. And I'll just, for the sake of my tranquility, I'll just cast the hit. Oh, you see I got hit by the orb, so I can't move. I can still use my skills. I just can't move for a while. Oh god. Oh, the chime! Ah! Run inside! Alright, outside! Oh gosh, my entire party is dying. I'm dying. And the boss died. Perfect. High five. Alright, let me see if I got anything. Wait, did you guys get any loot? Oh. This loot. Lazarus bow watcher. Was our first try pretty good. Yeah, I didn't get anything I want. I want a better healing staff. Oh well. It's okay. It's a fun boss, right? This is actually my favorite boss in all dungeons. People do have a lot of trouble with it because everyone needs to know the mechanics very well. Like if people fail and to group up with the group when the bombs come, they will end up killing other people in the party. If the healer has trouble avoiding the attacks, especially the spear that when it's thrown, they will go down. So it's a good boss in a way that all the pressure is not only in one person. Like everyone has the pressure, so everyone needs to know what they're doing so they can do it well. This, oh, this is definitely harder, Sir Derpsworth. That boss that I just killed, it was so easy and smooth because this group, everyone knew what they were doing, and we also played together a lot of times. So so it works out, you know. But usually, especially if a group's first time in this dungeon, oh, that boss will kill them. Some people will die there for hours. She's a really hard boss. But honestly, she's my favorite boss. I love her. So what's happening right now? You see, there is Mr. Spidas down there, Beholder up there, and 3 of us here in the middle. So basically, you have to split your group into 3 mini groups, and then you stand on this. There is a platform like this in each place, and then the gates will lock you guys in and spawn monsters. Usually the people up and down, since they are alone with a bunch of monsters, they die. You can use the strategy of just killing one of the monsters that spawn on each side, usually the archer, and then you just run in circle. If you do kill both monsters, it's worse for you because then more will respawn. So ideally, if you stand in one of those sides, just kill the archer really quickly as soon as they spawn, and then just kite the other monster around the arena until the event is done. And we have to just stay alive for 20 more seconds, and then it's done. Vanguard, have a good night, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah! Thank you. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Even if the people on the sides die, you can still succeed the event as long as people in the middle stay alive. And it's very hard for the people in the middle to die because usually you put the tank, 1 DPS, and the healer in the middle, and you can't fail this. Have a good night, friend. It was lovely to see you here. I hope to see you tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll play some scary games. Alright, so this part of the dungeon is all done. You see, this is the platform that other persons stood. And there's a little chest here. What do you guys think of the dungeon so far? Does it make sense? Am I making things too complicated? Alright, so this part, there is 2 mini bosses here. Since one of the mini bosses, Tolos, is an archer, ideally we want Ao to just tank here instead of tanking on the other guy, because this guy will always stand at range. And if everyone comes here and tanks here, we can cleave this guy and all the other guys together. But I think the other people forgot the memo. It's okay, not my problem. Nobody's dying anyways. Oh, now they got the memo. They realize. As long as I don't heal them, they'll come here and they will understand. You see? Now all the monsters are here. So this is always a good idea whenever there's enemies and you're trying to group enemies together. Always put the group on top of the range people so they can't escape. Here we go. Otherwise, pretty good. Is Tayo green or head? How you understand? Oh goodness. I didn't read anything about this game. I can tell you my experience with this game so far. I have played a bunch of MMOs, and I feel I also got world first raid clear in Guild Wars 2, so I did play into a kind of a hardcore level MMOs and also more casual times. Overall, the game is awesome. My favorite things about the game is the combat. The combat could definitely be smoother, but it's a lot better than the classic MMO combat. Your skills usually don't root you on the floor. There is a lot of active dodging, active blocking. I like the mechanics, especially of the dungeons. The dungeons are all awesome. The very first dungeon you do, it's very simple. And then the dungeons, they increase in complexity and require the party to not only work around mechanics, splitting the group and all this gradually over the dungeons. So the first dungeon you do is very basic, and then the second dungeon is a little bit harder, the third one even harder, until the very end that the bosses get more complex. And I like this because it allows people that are not used to the kind of difficulty of instance content to get used to it, as long as they do the dungeons in order and prepare them for that. One of the problems of the game is the amount of reused assets. Like, there is a lot of reused assets everywhere. You do fight a lot of the same monsters, but as of right now, it's not a big problem. The game is brand new. Another part of the game that's really good is the crafting system. I never cared for crafting or gathering shit around any game. But the crafting system of this game it feels very rewarding. It's actually very fun. Gathering things around the world is also very chill and nice. The fishing mini game is also fun. So overall, this game really shines when it comes to going around the world, gathering resources, crafting things. Like I said, from a player that has never been interested in this aspect of any game, it's very cool. You know, if you want to do something like to wind down and go to bed soon, you can just go around chopping trees, collecting plants, I don't know, whatever you want, and it's pretty chill. What's another bad aspect? I'm trying to keep the good and the bad together. Oh, I can think of something. Hold on, I'm just a bit tired. Yeah, so in this game, crafting is actually not useless at all. Every crafting profession has its values, and they are relevant. So if you're a completionist, you can actually go around and try to max everything. The max level is level 200, so you can go around and max the level. So crafting gear, crafting weapons, you can also get unique weapons, legendary crafted weapons and gear that you can only get by crafting. So crafting is definitely cool. And maybe if I end up playing this game for a long time, maybe eventually I'll try to level up all the professions. Like I said, it's something to do when you're tired and you just want to wind down and rest. The dungeons are pretty fun. The PvP is very relevant, and it's also fun. The recent wars are like 50-50, 50 players versus 50 players. They have been very laggy. But like a week ago, and before that, like 2 weeks ago, it wasn't as laggy. I don't know what's going on. So that's a little bit of a problem. I hope they fix that soon. You guys saw when I did the war half an hour ago. I couldn't really see much what was going on. But it works out. It's still fun. It feels rewarding to do anything in the game. Like if you walk in a straight line, you'll get experience for exploring new zones. The trading system is very interesting in this game. Lots of people complain that there is a lot of walking in this game, and they wish they could, fast travel more and all this. And I understand the frustration. But then again, it's very important for the economy of the game that this travel distance. For example, there are many separated villages, and whenever you list an item in a trading post, the item will physically be in that place. So when you can see from other places the items where you can get everywhere, but it costs actually resources or time for you to go to that place, get where the item you want is, and buy it. So some people actually, they make some money literally traveling from outposts, from villages to villages. So there is, for example, a village that's more central. So that village, usually there is more items to be traded, and some more remote village, there is less resources. So some people can make money by simply bringing resources to those less populated areas. So whenever somebody's there, they will definitely pay a higher price, but that works. So traveling distance and fast traveling is limited in this game, but it's definitely done on purpose, and I actually find it interesting. It brings a very interesting dynamic when it comes to selling, buying, and trading items. So it's very cool. Overall, no game is perfect. All games, they have pros and cons. What I most like about this game is that this game is not thirsty for your wallet. Everything in the store is purely cosmetic. The game doesn't have a subscription per month. Even at release, the game costs $40 as usual, $60 for a release game. So I like how not greedy this game is. You know, especially when it comes to MMO. I played so many MMOs, and I even played so many Korean MMOs that are extremely pay to win. So this game, at least so far, it's a breath of fresh air in this aspect. Of course, the devs still need to make money, but the store is full of cosmetics and things like that, and that's more than fair for them to make money like this. There is no loot boxes, so all the cosmetics you want to get from the store, they are exactly priced and what you pay for them. So that's what I like the most about the game. But in the long term, what makes an MMO good and bad, it's all dependent on updates. So depending how often the game will be updated, depending on how often, the quality of the updates that the game will receive, that's what will tell how this game will do in the long term. But as of right now, a game that's brand new, just released, I honestly find it excellent. You know, it definitely has its flaws and its problems like I went through. But for me, the goods outshine the bad a lot more. So this is the final boss of this dungeon. So you see how we have 2 DPS there, one there and one here. They're breaking the shield on those orbs. Once they break the shield on those orbs, they will bring those orbs to this place and that place over there. So you see, he just brought an orb and the other person brought an orb. So now you can basically just sit here and DPS. I wouldn't recommend anyone staying behind. If you stand here where we are, this boss does take very little damage, but this is the safest way. Even if you don't dodge anything, like I can easily out-heal all his attacks and just go back to the middle. It's very low effort. Like the previous boss was very high effort, but this boss is a lot more chill until the end. The end of this fight is quite very, very harsh, especially for a healer. But once we get there, I explain. So he has this attack where he throws his wrists out and he cuts his wrists like an aim. You see this laser that he's casting on that person? Soon as one random person in the party has that laser, they run behind the orb. After they do that, the boss is breaks down and you can do a lot of damage to it. And eventually he will come back up. We need to place another orb there, and then he will target somebody. The person has to run quickly. The healer has to heal that person because that laser does a lot of damage. And you see they're just breaking there to replace the orb. And now they're bringing that orb to the other side. There we go. So good. We don't really need to break that other side for now because we already have another one, but I guess they can hold on to that orb as backup. Not really necessary. Alright, so it almost looks like he's pregnant, you know, depending on the position you see that orb. So it's almost like the character has a little belly. And he just keeps waving his arms around like a maniac. And now this. Here we go. Another thing that I particularly like about this game is that the servers, they have a limit of like 2,000 players per server, if I'm not mistaken. And at first you're like, oh man, that's so small. Oh, he's doing the laser? He usually sticks to the same person during the entire fight. So he should always cast that laser on Beholder first. And then the other person, Legion, that had the orb, place the orb there. So now he can do that again. So as I was saying, the server populations are small. And I personally like it. It gives like a small... Oh, yeah. At this health, 66 or 50, he puts that laser on that side of the arena, and it damages you if you go there. So we can't really use that orb on that side anymore. We are only stuck with this side now. So the server having lower populations per server, it feels nice because it gives that small town kind of vibes. So as you play the game, as you walk around and you explore the world, you will run to very familiar names all the time, you know, like, and sometimes you see people talking to each other and like in global chat, and you see those people walking around. It really has like that cozy, small town kind of vibe. So sometimes you never talk to a player, but you're just used to see them go to their routine and you going through your routine, especially if you're around more or less the same level. It's very common that you see some people very frequently, and I just think it adds some charm into it, you know. It just feels cozy. Exactly. So it's not like, you know how some, usually in MMOs you see a bunch of names everywhere and those people are all strangers. It just feels like, since the population of the servers are not that high, those are not strangers anymore. They're like people that you kind of share the same town with, and that's pretty cool. I also like the housing system of this game. It's a lot less toxic than housing system in Final Fantasy, that people have to outbid each other for houses, and there is not enough houses for everyone that wants houses. In this game, everyone can have their house. They have to pay taxes for whatever guild owns the territory, but that goes more into the PvP aspect of the game. Oh, okay. Now that the boss blocked both arenas, my important job as a healer will finally start. So very soon, since now we don't have those orbs to get people to lose the boss from doing the lasers on their heads, I will need to out heal the damage of the boss. So first I'll actually swap back to my full healing equipment, and I'll make sure I will not die, because this boss can be a little bit aggressive. And since he has been on Beholder all this time, he will target Beholder first, and you see he will have this constant laser on a party member. If that party member goes down, the boss will swap to a different party member. So the healer not only has to survive the entire fight, but they also need to be able to out heal. Oh shit, I messed up my healer. The healer will need to be able to out heal the boss damage for the last 33% of health. If for some reason I let this person go down, the laser will keep being constant on another person in the party. Usually you get a little bit lucky. Oh god, I'm running out of mana. You get a little bit lucky when the laser is targeting the tank, because you know the tank has a bunch of damage reductions and they can block a lot better. But in this case, it's just a DPS person. Oh god. Will I fail? Oh god, that was barely. Oh my god. Can I keep them alive? Oh my god. This is so hard. Why all this pressure on the freaking healer, huh? It's stupid. It's fine. He's almost dead. But yeah. Keeping a tanker alive is a lot easier. But that's it. So the boss is a lot easier until the very end. The very end is very stressful for the healer. But yeah. It's so good. GG!